Hello everybody. Today we will be talking about the RoadRunner logger. We here the community and improved logger a lot in the RoadRunner version 2. First, you need no longer use the "-d flag to see a debug log. In the RoadRunner version 2, that option starts a profiling server. Next, our logger now consists of three main parts. First part is general section, which contains options applied to all plugins. Next, file logger option, to write logs to the file. And the last one is channels, allows you to configure the plugin's logs precisely. Let's have a look deeper at these parts. So, general section. Here you may configure logs for all plugins simultaneously, except those specified in the channels section. In our sample configuration, we will use a specific configuration for the HTTP and server plugins, and general for the rest. Next part, file logger. File logger might be used when you need to upload logs to some external system, send us a bug report, and so on. And the last part, channels. As I said earlier, channels allow you to precisely configure the logs for the particular plugin. You may use different log levels, encoding, output, and so on for chosen plugin. So let's see how it works. First, let's start RoadRunner with only general section enabled. And here we may see logs. We see debug log from the RPC plugin, from the server plugin, and from the HTTP plugin. Now let's make a request. So we see that at info log level, HTTP has some log with status 200 and so on. Now let's imagine the situation when you don't want to see the logs from the HTTP, I mean any logs from the HTTP, but you want to see a debug logs from the server plugin, as you may see here. To do this, we should use a channels. And we may use, for example, HTTP level error. And let's restart the RoadRunner. And as you can see here, we don't see any more info log level from the HTTP plugin and debug. So it absent. So let's make a request, and also nothing in our terminal. So let's imagine the situation if we need, for example, see the logs from the HTTP section. We will use info log level, and as you may see here, so every configuration have autocomplete. And we don't want to see a structured log, but we wanted to see raw logs. Okay, let's start the RoadRunner. We don't see our debug message from the HTTP server was started, but we should see our info log level messages. And as expected, we see HTTP log, but we see it raw without any abbreviation around it. Okay, so let's use a server plugin channel. I can comment our HTTP log section, and server plugin is responsible for the logs from the worker. I mean, this is std error from our PHP worker. If we don't want to see like worker destroyed, worker is allocated, and so on messages from the server, we might use an info log level here. And as you can see here, we don't see anymore these logs. Next, let's try to use our file logger. As you may see here, we may use in any value in our configuration, we may use environment variables like this. So let's try to start the RoadRunner. And we don't see anymore any logs. Let's make a request, and still nothing here, but we should see our logs here. And my log appeared in our repository. So let's have a look at it. And we see our server messages, and we see our HTTP log here with our file logger. You can also refer to our RoadRunner dev and logger plugin documentation to see the precise documentation for every value used here in our logs. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.